My very first client, I filmed and edited a wedding video for my best friend's cousin. I was studying film and TV at university, and I was absolutely over the moon at having a real videography job, like a real paying client. Oh my gosh. I filmed for about 10 hours on their wedding day and then spent the better part of the next 2 weeks editing together a 45-minute feature film of their day. My first ever videography job earned me $300. But damn, that was the most exciting $300 I had ever earned. So, you are here because you've landed your first client, or maybe you're nearly ready to get into the video game. Either way, that is awesome, and I'm so excited to share some tips for working with clients that I've picked up since that wedding video back in 2015. If you're just starting out, working with clients can be really daunting. So this video is about some things you can do to make sure your client has a great experience with you so they get you back the next time they want a video. Your camera skills will improve over time with every video you create. To make sure you land those jobs, let's talk about how you can present yourself as a professional and deliver a great client experience. Remember the 5 P's. Prior planning prevents poor performance. Before we even get to the shoot, we need to do some prep work in pre-production. Get to know a bit about your client's business. The more prepared and knowledgeable you are about what they're all about, the better the outcome of the video will be. And your client will be impressed. Check in with your client a few days prior to the shoot and again the day before to make sure they're feeling ready and to finalize any details so you don't waste any time on the shoot day with any of those nitty-gritty things that could have been worked out with a 2-minute phone call. Make your client feel important. If you take anything away from this video, make it this. When you make the people around you feel important, you'll be able to build strong rapport and a great connection with them. When you make your client feel important, they'll also be more forgiving if you make a mistake, are running late on a deadline, or ask them to redo the shot for the 54th time. When you walk into a shoot with the attitude of, "This is just a paycheck," your client will pick up on that energy, and neither of you are going to have a good experience. Make your client feel like you're invested in their project, and they will do anything you say. Give yourself heaps of time. When you set a start time with your client, be realistic about how long you need to set up. Figure out how long it takes to set up your equipment and work your way back from there. If it takes half an hour to set up, give yourself 40 minutes. And if you haven't seen the location before, allow yourself some extra time to have a look around when you arrive. Then allow a bit more time to sit down with your client at the start of the shoot and talk about how the day will go. Most likely, you will be feeling nervous, they will be feeling nervous, and it's our job as videographers to relieve those nerves. If you have any questions for them, put them all out on the table and let your client do the same. Like any relationship, open and clear communication is vitally important with your clients. Have confidence in yourself. If you've gotten as far as booking your first client, congratulations, you're a videographer, which means you are the professional on set and you hold the reins of the shoot. Your client might suggest ideas, backgrounds, or locations to shoot, but if you don't think it's going to work, or the lighting is all wrong, or it just looks plain ugly once you set the camera up, it's time to take creative control. While the customer is always right, sometimes they're just plain wrong when it comes to camera work. Now, before you go bossing your client around, make sure you let their ideas down gently if you think there's a better way to do something. Talk them through your thought process and explain to them why you want to do something a certain way. Most of the time, your client is actually looking for direction, especially if they've never done any kind of filming before. They will look to you as the professional for your creative opinion. Absolutely take their ideas into account. If they really want to incorporate a certain aspect into the video, make that happen for them. But don't be afraid to put your ideas out on the table. Own up to your mistakes. A few weeks ago, I was filming online course videos with a client. We were up to the last video, the goodbye, we'd been on an epic roll, and I totally forgot to hit the record button. I only realized once she'd gotten through the entire script and that little red light was indeed not ticking over. I could have made up an excuse as to why I wanted to record it again, but honestly, she recorded it flawlessly, so what was I gonna say? I told her exactly what happened and made a joke about it. We had a good laugh and she read through the script again. It does suck when you mess up in front of a client, especially when you're new to the game. But it's worse when you try to hide that you've made a mistake and your client knows that something's up. We are all human, and I guarantee you, whoever you're filming with has made just as big a blunder in their line of work. Your client will respect you more for your honesty than if you try to hide your mistakes. There is one exception though, and that is when you encounter a problem but can find an effective workaround, and the client really doesn't need to know the details. If something goes wrong, but you find yourself being able to improvise, there's no need to stress out the client. If you are calm and relaxed, they will be calm and relaxed. And it's your job to help them feel relaxed, especially if they're appearing on camera. No good content is going to come out of a stressed client. Unless it's a shoot-ending issue, try not to voice your problems in front of them. If you're having issues with your gear, try to work it out before you say anything to them. Complaining about your equipment can sound unprofessional. Always go into a shoot with the aim to do the best you can with what you have where you are. Wow, we just covered a lot. And honestly, I could talk all day on this topic. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, please let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button for more video tips and techniques. I want to wish you the very best of luck with your first client. Now get out there and make some videos. I'll see you next time.